Number 4 question. There are areas in our neighborhood that borders San Bernardino County. If we saw criminal activity and were not sure if it occurred in the city or the county, would Rialto Police Department respond to a call if called? Basically what we've been talking
yes,
about.
and we talked about that earlier, but just to kind of expand on it a little bit, we do have mutual aid and reciprocal agreements with the different agencies, but you know, let's be honest, crime doesn't always have borders. So with that being said, that if you observe something right on the border and you call us, what we would do is we would respond out and we would determine jurisdiction. What we really want to do is go out and deal with the situation, and then once that's dealt with, we'll figure out who's going to make the arrest or write the report. But honestly, if somebody needs help, whether it's here, the border of San Bernardino, the border of Colton, you know, border of Fontana, that's irrelevant. So my message would be, you call us, let us get out there, stabilize whatever it is that's going on, and then if we need to call a different department to come out and handle the situation, we'll do that. But ultimately, safety is what we're dealing with here and figuring out what's going on. So again, I go back to, you call us and we'll handle the situation, and then whoever's going to clean it up at the end, we'll make sure that the right jurisdiction handles that.
Get the problem solved.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 5 is, within the city and elsewhere, I've seen the left turn arrow come on when there was no vehicle present in the left turn lane. Aren't those arrows supposedly to be controlled by an embedded sensor?
Not being a traffic engineer, honestly, I'll try to answer that the best I can. A lot of the traffic signals are time controlled or sensor controlled. And if you have one that's not quite moving as quickly as it should based on the time of day, and a lot of times these are during the evening hours where the lights don't change as fast as they probably should, that would be something that you would want to call our Public Works Department, who in turn will get with the city engineer or traffic signal maintenance and try to determine what the issue is. But you would need to be pretty specific on reporting which light you're talking about, what intersection it's at, which direction it's facing, so we could handle that problem.
Yeah, this particular intersection actually is there at Ralph's Market on Riverside, and because that's the area I live in. But anyway, I've gone through when there's no. I'm thinking my light's going to go. I'm in the straight lane, go through lane, and all of a sudden the arrow left turn arrow come up, and there's nothing there. And I've seen that a number of times. But then I've also seen where it works like I think it should. So it could be just some malfunction equipment or whatever.
It could be a malfunction, or honestly, since you or I are probably not, I mean, we're not engineers, obviously. That just may be the cycle of the light, and that's how they run the cycles of the lights. Because I have been at intersections where you may be, say, going northbound in a direction, and the left turn arrow will turn on with nobody in the lane, and that just may be the way that the lights are set to cycle.
I see.
So I think that would be a good question for City Public Works to answer.
Okay. How long can, number 6, how long can an RV remain parked on the street? You know, like if it's parked there, been sitting there for a few days, or...
Again, another good question. Basically, the city does have an ordinance for parking. Basically, you can leave a vehicle parked at a location for 72 hours at a time. Now, that is going to be a discretionary type issue with law enforcement and parking control, because what we don't want to do is we don't want to issue a citation and you have a perfectly fine running car and you just happen to be on vacation and it's parked out in front of your house for 3 or 4 days. But if you believe that the vehicle is abandoned or something different, again, that would be where you would call us out. We would come out, we'd run the license plate, determine if it belongs there, make sure it's not stolen, make sure it belongs in the neighborhood. If it's been parked in front for 2 or 3 days, we can make contact with the owner and say, hey, you know, technically you're only supposed to have a vehicle parked out front for 72 hours, you know, at a time, and you know, it's an eyesore in the community or what have you. If you believe it to be abandoned, what we'll do is we'll come out and we'll tag it, which means that we'll come out, we'll put a warning on the window, we'll make a little mark on the tire, and if we come back in 72 hours and it's still like that, we'll issue a citation, or if it's a hazard, we'll tow it. So I think for us, it's going to be it's kind of a case-by-case basis, a little bit of discretion, so we're not citing those. But I mean, if you have a vehicle that's parked there, it's got trash underneath it, it's got spider webs, and it's just been there, that's blight, that's an eyesore for the community, and you need to let us know so we can come out and we can get that car out of there.
Number 7. Well, this lady lived across the street before the new fire station on Riverside.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to know if this is way back, so, you know, if they're going to have some kind of traffic control. So I told her, yeah, but anyway, she wanted to ask that question, but it's all been taken care of.
It's been taken care of.
Everything's brand new, beautifully done.
It's a very, it's a beautiful station.
Yeah.
There is a traffic signal in front,
Right.
so that issue has been taken care of.
Right. And that was I was trying to throw some questions in, so they would give me these questions. I said, well, I think I know that, but they said, well, okay, throw it in anyway. That was number 7. Number 8 is how might we go about getting a speed bump installed on Casimir Street, west of Apple Avenue? The problem is that there's a short curve west of Apple, and cars come around the corner at a very high rate of speed, and there have been numerous accidents. I don't know if you're familiar with that particular location, but it's a short curve here. And Apple comes out dead ends here, and I remember that some guys came around the corner and hit the light pole and knocked it down, and now the people who live there said there have been numerous accidents there. He proposed, this is someone else, that he proposed a speed bump, but I was thinking later, not traffic signal, but a stop sign each way. See, there's a stop sign on the street deading into Casimir, straight through on Casimir, but I was thinking probably be cheaper to put stop signs on each side.
Yeah, that would be the first thing that we would want to do is whoever, if there's a traffic issue, Sergeant Robert Smith, he's in charge of our traffic unit, that would be the one that you'd want to contact directly to kind of explain the problem.
Right.
And then what we would do from there is we would make an assessment, we would pull some statistical information on crashes that were up in the neighborhood, citations that we may have written in the neighborhood to find out really kind of what's going on. The next step is we would move that over to Public Works and City Engineering to do a deeper analysis of what's going on up there. We could do a speed survey, a separate speed survey in that area to determine if the speeds are too fast. And then that's when they would really analyze what's going on to see what would be the best fit for what's up there. Whether it be a speed bump, a stop sign, the engineers would be better apt of determining what that is. Speed bumps, they're great ideas, but they don't always work in every location. And an example of that would be, if it's on an area that the speed limit is a little bit faster, larger vehicles with loads, when they go over the speed bumps, they're going to make noise, and then you're going to have a noise issue.
Right.
If it's in a place where, again, the speeds are a little bit quicker, you might have an issue with causing a traffic accident because of the speed bump. So, just kind of reading between the lines, the stop sign is actually might even be a better idea and a more practical idea for something up there. So. My suggestion to whoever it was that authored the question, and I'll take the lead on this and make sure that it gets there, would be to, again, we'll run it through the traffic division, we'll take it to Public Works, to City Engineering, and have the experts kind of analyze what it is, what would be the best fit for the problem up there on how we could fix that for you.
Very good.
Any more questions that come to mind?
I think that's all of my questions.
Is there anything that's not on the list that maybe you might want to take a second and talk about?
I thought about some things earlier, but I forgot to write them down. So at this point, I think that's about it. I just might want to say that I've been to a number of the area command meetings, and I thought that's a very good program.
I appreciate it. I was at the end. I was gonna kind of pitch the area command, so this is a great time. I do appreciate you. First of all, taken a few minutes to come talk to me. I think that the more that this police department interacts with the community, which we do a very good job at, it just makes everybody's job a lot easier. The area command meetings are a great forum for people to come to and to bring, issues to the table, and we can work with whatever department it is that we have in the city to try to solve, whatever issue it is. So it is a fantastic forum to do it. I do know we have one more area command meeting coming up this month in June, so for those of you in the public, make sure you check the website for the next area command meeting. And if you haven't gone to one before, you really should take JB's advice, and you should attend your local area command meeting, because it is a fantastic opportunity for you as a community member to bring concerns to the table, or again, just exchange information and tell us what's going on in your neighborhoods and how it is that we can help. So on behalf of myself and the staff, JB, I want to thank you for taking the time to meet with me this morning. And maybe if you come up with some more questions at a later time, we'll get back together and we'll go over those.
We'll do. Appreciate your time.
All right, thanks. And I'd also like to take the time to invite all of you, or anyone that's interested, to continue this one-on-one with the chief. And if you have any concerns in your neighborhood that you'd like to bring forward and talk about one-on-one, I would greatly appreciate it. And I can't wait to meet with the rest of you throughout the year. So thank you very much, JB. I appreciate it.